Sorry about that. Hopefully this is not foreshadowing of of what we're going to be doing. Oh, you're all muted too. Oh, no wonder it's so quiet, boy. Oh my God. They hate me. Anyway, speaking of this, let me get that right. Yeah, so I was talking about keeping the colors down in this painting. So, in fact, we could do like, I'm thinking almost like a Andrew Wyeth type thing. You could almost do just a few colors and try to get this thing together. So we're going to go with some phthalo green, of course, because people are nothing but green. So I'm going to go phthalo green and oxide red light. This red one. This one, oxide red light and phthalo green. I'm thinking this color is going to be like one of the major colors in the painting. Probably almost it. The one on the green side. And then one on the red, definitely red side. I was thinking down in here, as you can see, red's not going to be the right one. You can see that this is. So I might go just a little bit greener on these guys than red. Switch these guys around so I get a little bit bigger piles. This one's now about the same as that one. I think in the darkness would be nice. You can almost use it for a lot of things where I can use the dark value for the creases in the pants, into the hair, that kind of stuff. I see it in the boat shadow. But you can see the warmth in here, but then it gets a little cooler. So I'm going to switch off and do another green and alizarin, because I need a cool green. And then we'll do the boat color. And out of those colors, I think we're going to just take and shift them to make all the rest of the colors. Okay, so this is supposed to be on the green side. This is the alizarin side. Probably going to find a little more alizarin. Okay, so we only have phthalo green and oxide red light, and phthalo green and alizarin done. Let's go to the boat color. Definitely going to go with blue, a couple blues, and phthalo green. As you can see, it might be there. Much green. I wanted to keep this on the blue side, and then this one on the green side. Hopefully I can use them just as mixes to do shadows and stuff. So I have one on the green. Well, that's definitely on the blue side. This one, I'm going to leave the green out over here, just in case I need to tone this guy up or down. If I need to tone it, add some green to it. All right. Those are colors so far for this painting. Let's value-wise, I would say look at the value of the water right about in here. And that would be definitely 7s to 8s. So not a big deal. We're going to take these, split these piles. Just add enough white to make an 8 and see what colors we come out of it. These blues and phthalo greens, though, we'll probably take those to the next level. They're you can try to get the boat color really, because they're not totally in a lot of other things. So just enough white to get these to about 8. That was too much. Yeah, that's about right. Wow. Not for sure that I could see a lot of color in here. I figured it was just too far to go. This is supposed to be on the red side, and as you can see, the green just takes over. So definitely gonna have to bring out some red at the bottom here and add it in. When we get to that. That's about a 9. A little bit more white. This is again this is a nice gray. That's a cool gray. Right down the middle. But I kind of need it on the red side. So same thing. I'm just going to add just a little more red to it, just to get it on the red side. So I see it red right when I hit the cool parts of the water. Oh, that's way too much paint. Phthalo green side, as you can see, just a slightly warmer version. Definitely has some good spots in there. These colors are really going to play the major role when we do the whites, the lighter colors. Boats. That's what we do here. Just put in enough. Definitely on the blue side, right?
Jim, that fourth color you did, you wanted that green, right? You don't want it on the more reddish?
No, this one's on the red side. I'm just going to leave it kind of, it's on the, it's up right. It's just a little warm. I want to keep it right where it is.
Okay, I'll add some more green.
All right, now this is starting to get to the boat color. This is just phthalo and phthalo green and blue. Really pretty close. And then we have the blue side over here, as you can see. Gonna come in handy, but it's all right. All right, let me see. Now we're pretty good color-wise. That's pretty much all we gonna need to paint this thing. Are these colors, and then we make some special colors. We need some oranges. So oranges and skin tone. Skin tone first. I usually start with a cool alizarin and just go with a warm just a little bit of cad yellow into it. Just touch warm. So I'm going to say this is my warm area and just do one more on the, just a little more alizarin to it. Usually I like to gray them out a little bit because they just are so vibrant.
Hey Jim, you don't use burnt sienna?
For skin?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna add just a little bit of blue to these colors and gray it out, which would be like making it burnt sienna. Blue is just blue, touch green, maybe even. There we go. Yeah, I've heard people use burnt sienna, and I wouldn't, at for a painting like this size, where it's not really skin color, we're looking at, a stroke here, a stroke there, color. That's, what you could do it easily if you want to do it that way. And while we're here, I think, since I got oranges on my knife here, I'm just going to mix up a couple more oranges. Think about this orange for his life vest. That's a special kind of orange. But I still think I got to start with alizarin. I think I'm just going to, I probably even had it there. Alizarin in yellow. No, I didn't have it. I'll look closer on mine. And again, just a little bit on the cool side. I might add just a little cad. I'm gonna try adding some cad red light to it. Yeah. Pop it up a little bit. I think that's closer. And then add some more yellow to it because I think now I got it in the right vein. I think I can just shift it just a little bit more on the orange side with a little bit of yellow. So this one has alizarin, a little cad red, and yellow in it. No white, no green, no oranges, no. I didn't put any coolness to it. All right. And now we're just going to take these colors down a little bit and add just a little bit of white to them. And then I'm going to take them and add just a little bit of more yellow to them afterwards. So white, when I'm going to bring it down, I'm looking at skin tone. It's still pretty dark. It's going to be probably in the 5s. Oh, that's the talking my skin tone, but here I'm making doing colors for his jacket here. And this one, I just kind of really screwed the pooch on. I just grabbed some white that had a lot of blue in it. So it just, you can just see it just went the wrong color right away. So I get it at the right value. I'm probably just going to have to tint it up a little bit with some more red or more orange, yellow and stuff. The skin tones, you can start to see they're a little cooler than that, but it's nice to have variations. That's pretty close already. Value-wise, it's pretty close too, so I'm just going to leave it there and just do the warm side. And if I need it warmer, I'm just going to add just a little bit of yellow to it, and it should be good. And it's going to add just a touch more yellow to it. All right. All right. I got my dog color. I didn't even know it. So let's see what I did here. Okay, I'm going to go back, and now we're going to do the dog, going to come out of it. What we're also going to get is the oars, things like that. And then we're going to take a little bit high key and make where this is. We're going to make all the rest of the water we need. I'm going to slide this over. Dog colors. Definitely. This dog, I would, just to be different, I'll use a different red to start with. I'd start with Oxide Red Light. I better have enough since I'm starting with Oxide Red Light. I don't have much. I'll go with some Cad Yellow mixed in. And you're going to get a nice, rich umber type or burnt sienna type color. A little bit more yellow on this side. See, these are the ones I was talking about. Sorry, talking to myself here. I know I said I was going to take and add white to these, and then I was going to add yellow. I did add yellow to that one, but what I was really thinking, what I was going to get was going to be kind of like magical. I was going to take this color, add yellow to it, add white to it, and get the dog color. So I added white, now I yellow to it, now I add white to it. And of course, I get some of it. I went too far trying to show off here.
Are you taking those from the last two colors, Jim?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do and get the dog colors. But I know I shouldn't be playing around when we don't have time, right? So going back to this color, basic adding white. Not quite that much. You're going to get a little bit warmer white. There we go. I'm only going to do a couple colors. I'm not going to go like if we were doing like a portrait type thing, we'd probably be making 100, lots more colors for the dog. We only have a little room here. So really, I'm just going to go with a warm side, cool side, and deal with that and do them in like 4 to 5 colors. But then I also have these other guys I can drop in when I need them. So we'll see. And the boat, the oars can come out of these colors. Definitely all they are is just adding these and adding just a touch of blue to them and graying them out. Graying out the dog color here with just a touch of blue and phthalo green and white here. And you're going to get, you can get pretty close to it, just a touch more. Probably if I would have went with alizarin and phthalo green, probably would have gotten it right, not nailed it really close too. All right, that's what I was thinking. But we're going to put all these colors in here anyway. These are going to be just topping colors. And we'll put them in at the end because we don't want to paint around anything in the water. We kind of just want to be able to paint the water. So these are colors. Oh, except for we do need some bunch of whites, right? All right, so I'm going to take these colors. These are phthalo greens, and one's on the warm side with the Oxide Red Light, and one's on the cool side with alizarin. Now I'm going to add bunches of white to it. I want to get this value. If you can see it, it's pretty much to a 3. Clean my white here a little bit. So probably double the amount of white to the piece. No, maybe not that much even. Yeah, that's almost too light. I'm gonna say that's too light. So we go 4. Keep it at 4. Keep it at 4. You can always take it up in few spots to 3s. No reason to go that far. You can keep it like that. Pretty close to a 4. So it's not like double amount of white to color. definitely want to see color in here. See, you want to be able to see the color. If you don't see color, it's just going to be kind of flat.
I'm sorry, Jim, but where are you getting those two blue colors from? Mine didn't turn out like that.
That came from alizarin and
Oh, that one. Oh, okay.
those two. These two are going to be warmer. These are going to be very grayed out, and they are going to be lower in the water down in here.
Okay.
And I might even still shift them over a little bit. Yeah, you can see it over here on this side. That green, where this green goes. This goes a little bit more down in here, but it needs to be on a little bit more red to it. So I'm going to add just a scratch more oxide to this color to get the red just to pop out, because right now it's a bright, really nice neutral gray. And so I want the red side. There we go. Pop. Come out, because I think that's what's going to be down in here. And I'm still too short. And right now I'm just trying not to go down and dig in my bag and find it. So I'm using every scratch of red, which is great, because that's what I like to do. I don't like to, even though I get my paints at a discount, I don't want to use them up. I like to use them all up. That's good. Now we'll do it. Definitely we didn't do this, the whites yet. That would be just white and probably fur color and yellow. Really high key. No, not really high key, but see, it's not one, it's not two, it's probably, I still keep it down. So it's just a little bit off. I don't want it too bright. That's almost too bright. You can see how dull it is. You dull it down.
What color did you take that from?
I took it from this fur color over here, this yellow, or is that fur? Yeah, that's fur color. Yellow and oxide and white. And so it has just a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow into it. I added just a touch more yellow. And you can see it's just a hair too bright. But it just needs to be grayed, right? And so I'm going to grab a purple gray over here because it's yellow. I'm going to go purple against it. So alizarin and green, and you just put that in here, and it'll neutralize it. It'll take the shine off it, and it'll just be able to see gray it down. It'll just sit in there perfectly. There we go. There we go. Sits in there nice. There we go. That's all we need. So we'll go through the colors again. I didn't do really, I tried to keep it down keep it a little simpler. So we got some phthalo greens and oxide reds here, oxide red lights, and we came down to about 8. Here we got phthalo green and alizarin. Again, we came down to an 8. We got the red side, green side. And then blue and oxide and blue and phthalo green. Got the blue side, got the green side. Then we decided to make the specialty colors, the oranges start to come out. These oranges can go in the dog too. They can go in the vest. But right now I was thinking about skin tone, and the skin tone, even though it's, we got to have some darks for it too. I start off with alizarin and yellow, and then just put a little bit of blue into it, just a scratch of blue into his skin, and brought it down, and added white to it. And then one side over here just goes just a touch more yellow than the other one. Over here, we decided to start working on the vest. And again, that was phthalo green and just cad yellow. Coming down with white. This is without blue in it. This is pretty much with same colors, but with blue in it. And we brought those guys down and we'll get them in the vest. Dog colors, I was thinking this is where I was thinking I could probably just take this vest color and just add some more yellow to it and forget it. That's pretty much what I did, except for I decided, okay, since I'm using alizarin all the way through, let's do something different. I can get pretty much the same color with oxide red light and yellow. And it's just a little grayed out, which is almost perfect for the day. So I took oxide red and yellow on the yellow side, on the red side, and then with white, and then pretty much cleaned it. This color came from over here. When I took this over here and brought it down with some white, you can see how clean that is. I was kind of saying that could have been the dog too, but this is what it looks like with oxide red light, and said this is what it was, alizarin crimson and yellow. So just a slight difference. But it's always, you got to know these things. You got to know what the reds are going to do. This cool reds can make things pop, where warm reds can sit back. And that's what you find in here too. We took the alizarins and phthalo greens and alizarin and phthalo green and oxide reds and brought those guys down. This is the alizarin side. So it's very cool, these two, with white to about a 4, 3, 4. And then this one down here, these are the warm side. And I see those closer down in here, and I see the red down here in the bottom, and I see green coming up on the sides. So I'll be able to use that there. And then it kind of goes to these cools in the middle. And then you got a dark background, which is going to be in these guys over there. Highlights of the boat was pretty simple. I just took a little bit of fur color over here in the yellow and the oxide red over here, brought it over here, just scratch of it and hit white to it. Got it to the right value, got it to the right temperature, but then it just got to gray it out a little bit. And that's where I use, the opposite color on the color wheel to gray it out. And it's where I find you got yellow, you got to go purple. So that's why I went added a little purple to it. It grays it out. And then we do have some ore colors where I took a little scrape from the fur here, and then added just some blue to it, blue green, and one I added some purple to. But these guys will be going into the ores too, so we're gonna have quite a lot here to play with. All right, I could take up all day. If you guys want me to, I could do a song and dance. You guys won't get anything done. We should have this drawn out and ready to go, right? You guys are all done, probably. All right, I got to get everything back up and running. I'll be just a minute. If you guys have any questions, please.
Your fur looks pink to me.
Over here?
Yes.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I'm using that thing. I'm hoping that the yellow in the top colors, these warm ones, I'm going to put that underneath. And then I'm going to come back with these. And I'm just hoping that I'll get a mix in between the two that will do it. These are pretty much, almost the highlight colors. And I'll use this one if I have to. Good call, though. Way to look at it. Thank you. Somebody's watching me. All right. We are going to have fun. Burnt sienna and things. Let me see, get this set up. Coming back live. There we go. I'm going to try and get this over farther. Or you guys can get both. You guys can see the draw. There you go. Okay. That's about as far as I can go and still get in here for this one. In fact, I'm going to turn it a little bit. That didn't help. Stuff. Trying to get you guys. There we go. That's about as close as I can get. All right. Big brush, big ideas. Good clean oil to start with. That would have been good to have out and ready to go. All right, so we got an hour and a half to paint this. And that's then it's brushes down and we're done.
Right.
So try to do as much. We're going to try going with burnt sienna. What I was thinking about even doing when I'm doing this is trying to do is probably as much as I can in this stage as I can. This being burnt sienna and white, you know, and somebody mentioned that you could do skin tone with this color, which is really pretty a classic call. But where I'm going to just keep it a little bit light in my white water areas, light water areas. Think about a big, massive thing like that. That's pretty good. That's a pretty fun design, really. And think about the arc in the water. There's one right in front of the boat. The boat's causing that's going to go from about 2/3 down to 1/3 with a slight arc. Right to there, which is always good. We got a lot of chaos happening in the water here. I don't think I'll be able to use anything get back down in the water here anyway. Oops, gotta wipe it down. See, I'm so excited to get this going. Yeah, didn't even wipe this thing down right. Just started drawing it in. I think maybe if we're another lucky thing. Like, yeah, I'll never be able to get. I kind of went a little bit heavy on the bottom here. That's okay. I won't be able to see even a human drawing in out of this. Oh well. You guys get all weekend to paint this. This is what everybody wanted to hear. Weekend paint. Forced to paint on their weekend. All right, laying it out. Definitely, you know, we can keep it close here, but I'm going to keep it about 2 inches out on that side. And definitely want to go too close over here. So we're going to keep it about, yeah, I don't mind that mark. Well, maybe a little closer. So depth, I don't really want to keep it up a little bit. Let me see. I think I just put it in the middle. Yeah. I probably just put it directly in the middle and sketch it out real quick.
Jim, from your perspective, does his shoulder look like the middle?
Almost right in the middle of the painting, right there. Yeah. His shoulder would be almost right there. But I was also looking at the boat here too, mine here, seeing just a slight arc and the same almost slight arc on the boat here, a little well. Probably went a little bit big, which is okay. I think the boat's going to come down a little bit here. I'll do that as the edge, not the front edge. And I can cut this down a little bit. Okay. So I will not tell anybody that this is off if you guys don't tell anybody. Okay, good, good. Perspective, I want to take these guys, you feel like these guys all kind of go back into a point way back in here. So everything's going to go back to that spot. You know, like that. And then you got, this is how I'd lay it out, is just to make sure you get, you know, where he's sitting and things right. So that's going to come back that way. All right. So he's going to be sitting on this seat here. So a lot of times if I have these areas done, I can just look at the negative little areas like on the bench here, this little area here, and kind of look at it and kind of try to get the proportions right just by matching up the size there. And where things go, that means right about here, the dog should be right, go right there. Head goes right here. Her body comes almost just out of that corner. I'm probably going to move this. Yeah, she's too fat for that spot. Because I was trying to move her back. I want to get her out of, I don't want her to come out of this corner here. So I'm going to move that corner a little bit so I can bring her back a little bit. Where I lost myself. Okay. So yeah. Give his arms just a little bit of an angle there. So you got like almost a pyramid coming up. Shoulders just above the thing. That's the thing, is just head size and things like that. We're gonna have to get that, figure that out. A lot of times I'm just looking at shapes and inside here, like little triangles, and trying to cut them apart and see about, am I, you know, in the right width and things like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Tells me a little bit more. We're going to be off here a little bit. Sometimes it's easier to move the boat than it is to redraw everything. The arm should be right here. And so I got to get this section here right. Okay. Dog. Dog needs to fit right in here. Too wide on the shoulder. And move the dog's head back, I think, a little bit. Got him leaning just a hair too much. Gotta come back up here. Okay. Neck, head, top of the head. Right about his a little bit over his past his chin. Here's his chin. I'm right here, so I am above it. Could be right, could be wrong. I just need to come down at a slight angle and come back in. Okay. I'm just laying it out. It takes longer than painting it. Right? You guys can find that same thing. It's laying it out. It's so hard. And back here, I got this big negative area here. This little part of the boat back in here. You know, definitely. You know, if you want to put a hint of a tail in there, that'd be great. Little things I'll be putting in, but I'm not going to put them in now because I'm painting, or I don't want to paint around them. And that would be like things like the pole, which is just going to be a scratch, you know, and these guys, where they go. Definitely, I'd rather paint the wrists, paint where those little areas going to be, where his wrist and hand is. Make sure those guys are in the right spot, or in the spot, and then build the angle from there. And also that way, I don't want, they're going to be like last things that go in, so it's going to look weird for a while, because most of the stuff won't show up till the end. But, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. And you're going to like it. So, you got reflections. Make sure, look at those reflections, mirror images, they match up. We got a few things here. And then we got lots of, I know where the lily pads are going to go in areas and stuff. I don't need to know too much about the lily pads. One of the things I'm going to be doing is, when I put them in, I'm only going to be putting in a couple in each area that are going to really define what they are, because I don't want to paint all of them. You know, you don't want to paint all of them. You just want to paint a couple circle in the middle, and tell everybody that's a bunch of lily pads. So that's where I'm heading. I'm heading that way. That's the boat I'm on. See, I got a lot of good ones coming out today. Okay. Anyway, get rid of a few lines here. Yeah, you guys can't tell what's going on, so we're going to fly through the colors pretty quickly. Going to start with our darkest colors. You guys probably had this all drawn out anyway. You guys have, since I'm sending it out so early these days. I'm forced to be a real teacher and send it out early. Not just like going by the seat of my pants. So, changing this up just a little bit wide. The bigger the boat.
Yeah, thank you.
The bigger the boat, the smaller the kid too. So if you're ever you want to make the kid just a touch smaller, just make it a slightly bigger boat. I have plenty of room here to, make this boat just a little bit bigger on this side and things like that. I'm afraid of, right now, I think his head's probably too high. He's just a little bit too big. Anyway, I'll catch all this stuff anyway at the end. So I would definitely recommend doing a digital check when you do people like this, or, yeah, that kind of stuff. You want to get it right. If you want to get it right, it's also one of these paintings you want to kind of just get impressionistically, get the idea of what they're doing instead of doing realistic. If you do realistic, you're gonna be here all week. But I don't want to do that. Color wise, let's start off with the colors. I'm going to start off. I know I mixed up the phthalo green and the oxide red first, but I'm going to go to the alizarin and phthalo green first because I want to do underneath this water here first. I want to get this red in there, so I want to be on the red side. And I might even add just a touch more red to my color because I want to get this right in here, really kind of rich and dark, and because I want to be able to pull these spots out of here, and I want to get this really kind of neat in here first, get that really dark, and then come back to the boat here. Here, I'm not going to go quite as heavy because we have another color coming in here, taking some space. But I just want to get that in there early.
Oh, you're putting in the reflection in that reddish color?
I'm putting in the red first because I saw it right in here in the bottom of the reflection. I saw a lot of this red, right in here. And I wanted to get it in. It's reflecting in from these guys, straight down from them.
Okay.
So that's why I saw this warmth. And I'm going, I want to get that in there. I want to make sure it's in here at this bottom point because I really like it because it's really kind of a neat little spot in the painting, where it transitions from chaos, from kind of unclean water to chaos real quick. All right. Also, if you want to do no. Hey, yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to myself going, oh God, I hate painting around things. So painting this in is kind of stupid to do this, what I'm doing, is even laying it out at all. I'm like taking away all my chances to have any, just shut up and paint. Okay, sorry. I didn't take my meds today, as you can tell. I'm just a little off. I'm crazy.
Are you using the same color, Jim? Yeah.
Yeah, same color yet. Instead of changing, I'm just going to go with the same color and just kind of start the border. As you can see, it's more of an idea of the border than being around the boat. Also, if you're going to paint a different kind of boat, you don't have to put that in. I'm thinking about his hair here too, but I don't think anything else I want to do. I say that and then I go, oh, I might put in his pants real quick. Just put a stroke in here for his pants, his leg, his things. Very light, just to get that shape in. Anything else? Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else that color. Phthalo green, the green version of alizarin and phthalo green. Definitely want to probably come back in here in the middle of this section and push the green back in. Will not probably show up too heavily right at this point. But it will very soon. So there's your paint. We're done. See you guys next week. you'll probably find this color. You can probably find this color in the shadows in the boat. You know, seats, anything else between the dog and his leg. I don't know. All right. That'd be fun. It's gonna be fun. Decent layout. What color in here? All right. So that's that. Now we're just gonna go to switch over to the oxide red and phthalo green sides. And the green side, definitely this green side first. So we are at the regular side. You know, I'm just gonna start to get it right underneath the boat. As you can see, I kind of left it kind of a little light underneath the boat, but I was thinking just a few little spots here are going to be a little dark. This color should really end up being really right when we put the color of the boat in. You know, when we get that done, well, we should have enough left on our brush just to come down here and do a few swipes. And I think it's going to work for things. You know, it's going to probably end up being all the color we need in there. I did kind of make that a little bit too big too, didn't I? Way too big. What was I thinking? Like, get too carried away. All right. The hair too big. Okay. One of the few things I'm going to be doing here, a little phthalo green and maybe toning the canvas down in here a little bit. On the green side, on this side of the everything right here, just a little greenish tone to it. Then I get over here, I'm going to switch to the red side. Can't tell the red side, it just looks more grayed out. I might look at this color too for the top if I'm going to be doing this. Definitely this color is going to go in the splash. I can probably, you know, if I was hands right there, it's going to come, you know, I lay it out. Who's singing? No singing.
Me, as usual.
You sing when you paint?
I do. I hum.
Okay. All right. So I'm just thinking here about you know, this little paddle thing mark too. How that comes in here too. So I'm marking that in. That is with the red side of the oxide red and phthalo green. This is on the red side. You can just see just a little bit warmer than the green. And then I'm just, the arcs, really, there's only like a couple arcs here, major arcs. One here, right down in here, right by the lily pads, which fall right pretty much underneath the kid. I know I call him kid even though he's my son, I'm calling him kid, the kid. And then thinking about starting to make those waves. It's almost too early to make them, to worry about them. Okay. But those arcs are pretty much going to be translated all the way through here. I just, you know, a lot of things, like, again, water moves in arcs. I mean, it's so everything has just, even though they're long, they could be long and feels like lines, there's still an arc to them. So when we get up here to this area here, there's flattens out. Point everything right there back at the everything's going on. Okay. Nice simple one for the day. See, we're almost done. I could leave you guys right here and you guys should be able to finish this, right? I'm sorry. That was an inside joke. Okay. Okay. Definitely want to, you know, even if this boat doesn't really say it or feel like, yeah, I know we don't feel like we have a shadow side. We're still going to do one. Make sure we have a shadow side here on our boat. And I'm just going to pull them down on this side just to darken it in. This is, again, pretty thin paint. It's not thick or anything like that. So pretty simple. And that arc again, I don't want to lose my arc again. And then his other paddle is probably going to come right off. Comes right off here. Now it has to hit there, so. Okay. Anywhere else I can put shadow in, I'll put it in. All right. So we went through 4 colors. Now we're just pretty much onto the blues. And those guys, really, I don't want to put them in. I'm not going to put them in because they're just too strong. But so let's start with the boat. Let's just jump into the boat. Everybody into the boat. I'm going to start on the blue side at number 8, value of an 8-ish. This is blue and phthalo green. I'm going to put it at the top rim here and drag it down a little bit. I'm going to put it heavier in the shadow side, but I'm just going to put it a little bit on this side too. Just a little. Ooh, boy, that was heavy. Okay, and then over here, same thing. I'm going to drag it down farther. It's going to be more of this color. And just dragging it down. Look inside the boat again. I think in these areas here, definitely we could go a little bit on the shadow cooler side. Okay. Go back to now. This is the green side. I might cheat a little greener because I think it looks with that white in it, it just kind of went things. I'm going to start the opposite way. I'm going to come to the water side and bring it up. As you can tell, way too dark. Okay, just finish it off, and I'm gonna lighten it up. Not as heavy though. How about on the shadow side? Should work a little bit better over here. Yeah, I talked about lightening up this color once, and I didn't do it. So, my fault, my bad. Okay. I'm gonna add just a touch more green to that color. But I want to do it for the water here. What I'm going to do is just put this in and start close to the boat, push forward a little bit, and just do a pull back out like that for this back one. Break this down into simple little arcs now. So you got an arc here and an arc in the corner. Just a little bit of space left. Give a little in between strokes. Okay. Add just a touch more green in my brush. I want to get this area here. I'm just going to twist my brush in here a little bit into the water here. Might have to add some white. And that's about all the work I'm going to end up probably doing here for the water. It's that much. Now I'm just going to go back and add some white to my color. This is the phthalo green and blue. This is on the green side. I just need to lighten it up to get to really the boat value. I'm kind of I didn't take it up as far as I should have. Where I should have been closer to that, a little bit even higher than that. Just a touch more green in it too, because the blue of the white comes through and cools it off just a hair much. All right, let's go there. See if any of those work. Got all these darks in here, so I kind of almost went a half degree, a little bit light. That's not bad. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna draw it up. It's almost parallel. Same in the back here. Very lightly dragging it up so I don't lose all my colors here. I just want a streaky effect. I can look in the water. Can't use this color anymore. But not too much. Still got to put a ore over this area. I'm going to put just a little bit of color on the edge here, though. On that thing, and then maybe back over here, slightly greener even. There. All right. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, and we'll work on the kid. We'll work on that. We're pretty much got a lot of this stuff done. There's going to be like some nice little marks and stuff to do in the water, but let's work on the kid for a while. Let's go to I'm going to just do a synthetic. Probably slightly bigger than this. Like that one. Oh, I'm not going to now. I'll go with these two. All right. I'm going to go through and just put in darks into his legs. And those darks are all going to be, I'm going to start off with the phthalo green and oxide red up top. Without the light gray in it. Yeah, without the gray, just a very home color. And get his shadows, like in the crinkles in his legs here. I'm going to overpaint, definitely. I just want to make sure that they are in this area, inside that area. I might even go add some of the purple to it. Oxide. And then just get these wrinkles in, knowing I'm going to put a secondary color over these things. And I want to leave the wrinkles. I want the wrinkles to show through. So that's what I'm doing here, just putting in the wrinkles and the legs. Okay, for that. And then also use that brown green to put in right here by his face, the shadow of that little triangle here.
What color are you using, Jim?
Phthalo green and oxide red on the red side. On the red
The
side.
red side.
Yeah, all warm.
For both things you did, or
Yeah,
just-
yeah, down in here too. I'm just gonna be like two colors pretty much down in here. Even what I got there with that burnt sienna showing through is pretty good enough. I mean, I'll be able to just have to hit like a calf muscle, little calf section on his back leg here and get that in. But I'm going to use this phthalo green and oxide red here to go around and look for shadows that are happening here. And most of them are going to be right here from right in here, this little triangle of color. And that's the thing, is I'm looking and identifying the shape so I can get it in easier. Might not, as long as it's not too bad, I can get away. I don't want too big. I don't want too muscular at an 8. Which is pretty, you start to do these things, you get off at one spot and all of a sudden you gotta, he's not 8, or he's probably about 10 here. I'm sure he's not 8. And my wife wasn't around when I let him go do this, so don't blame Becky. I'm going to put it in his hair, the front edge, underneath, because I'm going to put some color on top. But if you just did his hair in almost this color, just a little more red into it, though, I think. A little red, more red green in this area here. And then I'll lighten it up one step. Get that shadow just on Life Preserver, his face shadows. Hopefully I'm the right, So he's about right there. I'm going to draw this in just a little bit. Okay. Since I have this color, I'm just going to start. It's just really sometimes this is when you just the value is more important than exact color. So I can get in here and start to work on the dog even as with not change colors. Basically, I'm using the same color. I am using the same color. Not basically, I'm using the same color here for the dog here. I'm just doing the shapes, looking at this triangle underneath is from his ear to his chest, her chest. I'm gonna just keep going. I think I can get. That's the thing is this. It's like a not very many colors. We're gonna be keeping the color amounts down. Only if certain areas are gonna get some more real attention. The kid himself just doesn't have a lot of anything after the rowing and going in here. And that's one of the things about when I do portraits and do things like, this, it's most of this is in painting is just really redrawing and adding a little color, redrawing, adding a little, more color, redrawing constantly. And all right, so I got that color in. Now, like I said, I'm going to just try to get some of these big kind of things out of the way. I'm going to put I said I got done with that, but I want to put just a little tone in the bottom of this, just to create a shadow. So when I put in the color or the next color into this area, I have a little bit of shadow in here, color, and it will help, mix a little bit. So I was thinking I'm going to do his pants, but then I'm going to do the green too. So that's why I just put a little more oxide red and phthalo green here in this area in his Life Preserver. area here. So, just cleaning my brush. I can go with the orange. I'm going to go to the orange and see if I can start up top here. It is good. And bring it down. And okay, as you can see, it's just a little grayed out. It's not as bright as it probably should be. It's all right. I can always brighten this color up yet. In fact, that's what I really should do is just put it in like this, keep it dark, keep it gray, and then we'll lighten it up. You know, it's because it's really easy now. It just if even I go with some, this is like cad orange straight, and I bring that back into this color here and mix it in. That's all you have to do. It's a little grayed out, but we'll see when we get here. We can always lighten it up. No one else is going to know that it's grayed out. It's still kind of a funky orange. Let's see. So we are into our specialty colors just like that. So we can keep going with that. This is his dark skin color. And it's going to go into shadow areas here. I'm going to bring it up into the middle of his face, though. Right in here. And then look in the shadow areas. This is going to be shadow areas. And for me, drawing it out, I could draw it out a little bit better. But you can even see, like Kim was kind of right there about
Could you possibly go closer for that? We can't see what you're doing.
See?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just putting it in the fist and in the underneath the wrist here. Here, shadows areas. And then I did his bottom of his face, where the chin to about just above the nose, almost the eyes, pretty much. And I'm just going to bring the other light colors back in. Okay. I can't even get in here now. There you go.
Is this the one that has the touch of blue in it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Touch of blue in it.
Where's his other hand?
Yeah, hands. Look at these hands are nothing more than a shadow for where the fist comes down, and a highlight for the top. But I'm not dealing right now with. I might warm up this hand fist compared to the back end here, and even into his face here. There you go. Big old ears. All right, not worry about ears. Okay. I need a smaller brush than that now to do the face. Basically, I'm just going to look at, here, let me put it in. It's almost easier to put it in and talk it. Here, I'm going to work on the one side of the face, basically getting where the half face down and draw it in, and then basically come back and go around where his hair is, and just leave a spot. Well, it's supposed to be for his eye, but I went down too far. So it's going to be right in there. Okay. Let me see. This could be a little bit cool. That's a little bit better. See, it has a lot of reflective color from the orange. So that's what it's asking for right here on the side of his face here. That and his nose, definitely orange added into your let's see, that's the skin tone. This is the tiny little things. They're just scratches. It's hard to do from an angle. So I'm just going to be putting them in above the hands, the hand here, the fingers and stuff. Basically, I'm just going to do, I did basically the shadow, and now I'm just going to come back in and do the top part of the hand. And that's really almost all it has to be, is just one stroke going across the hand, coming back, and just tipping one finger here at the knuckle, maybe the front one too. And that's it. And then just a nice simple stroke for the forearm. And hopefully I put them in the right place. That's the thing. There'll be some definitely be some shifting going on here. So that's that. Yeah, his face is pretty much non-existent. Those are just little things I have to be in front of it to do those. I can, to place an eyeball and place where things go exactly. I need to be pretty much right there. You're going to also find probably some cad red in a few things, especially when I do ears. I always put a little cad red in the middle of those ears. Kind of helps you see through the ears. And then look for cad red above on the sides of the head and down lower in the face. Yeah. I'm glad we picked this one. Thanks for picking this one. It's a little tough one, but it's fun to do, fun to do them every once in a while. We will not be doing this next week. We'll be doing palette knife next week. Like simple palette knife and probably some haystacks. That's what I was thinking, haystacks. I know we mentioned doing animals. I might have to look and see if I have an animal in too, because this is supposed to be more animals in this Saturday class. Okay. I think that's more of his pants color. Let me see. Yeah. It's way too much. Take it out. Too strong. Got a little bit of feedback there going. Color hair if you want. I would definitely go. You got some fur color up here we can use for it. If you want to do the top of his head coming down, leave the sides and the very front dark. Do need a good brush. Do need to get some new ones. All right, go on to the dog. Definitely going to start off with the dark fur first. I mean, I have some of that in here, basic areas and stuff, but definitely want to come back in and, you know, add some warmth to it into this area here and into the chest. You can just see the points, you know, in that dog where the, you know, you got to have color showing through. So this is a phthalo. No, it's still phthalo in this. Cad yellow and no, wait, you know, this is, yeah, cad yellow and oxide red light going in here. Looking at his hand over here and thinking that's an ear, you know. We're gonna get this, his hand's probably too high. If you want to take some age off the dog, you can do that. You know, you don't have to paint just the white face that happens with these guys. If you want to just not take it total white, would be good. You could do that. Heading into lighter for the fur now. As I'm, you know, just trying to figure out, well, more yellow for, let's go first yellow. I just got to get it some more yellow. I want to need a little bit more lighter golden. Just got to separate these guys out a little bit more. So I can see a little difference in these guys. Usually I'd be doing with a bristle brush, which I should be switching over to. Small bristle brush, hopefully clean. There we go. Too high on that. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of around the muzzle, lighten up the muzzle. Going to switching colors to a lighter version. Yeah, might have to add some more yellow to it too, because it looks like It's a little warmer than what I'm putting in, so I'm putting in some cad yellow into my color. Before I can do the ears, and the ears won't feel like they're too cool. Especially underneath here. I'm just going to switch and add just a touch of orange here from his vest into a few spots here. I can see some brighter oranges. And there we go. Just an idea of the dog. Got to get rid of this. Put in that cool. It's just shooting through here, right behind the ear, right by the ear. It's not dark enough. It's not keeping the ear in place. So I darken it in with more red, brown, maybe even going with some. A little bit darker there. Gonna take a little loving to get that right. Okay. Let's finish it, getting the block in. Let's see, a little bit lighter on the fur. Not bad. This could be, that was a touch more orange and a little bit lighter. We would have it. And we'll get into just blocking it and finishing the block in. And a lot of times just flicking the brush the right way. And that ridge on the nose. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can live with that for now. Oh, it's not bad. It's good color. All right. We'll just go with a big brush again and see about putting in these benches. If you want to put in some other things, like a tackle box or anything like that, be nice to have in here too. That should be just a touch more green. It's too big, but okay. Put in the white real quick. How's that look? Just needs to be warmer. Testing it out first before I put it in, full strength. Okay. Well, few colors we have not worked with. Now I can start, that's a block in. I can say it's not perfect on the dog and stuff. Definitely, I'm not going to let that go. I'm going to rework, get the dog a little bit better. So we have a ways to go. Like I said, if you want to put a tackle box in, I wouldn't do too much. I'd just be a square, and I put it down in here behind the bench. Two colors. It's a green tackle box. And I'm just stealing the colors from up here. Basically a oxide red and phthalo green. And just one side's a little darker than the other because it's in the shadow. Just give it a little more light. Right there. Might take it over. I'm going to tuck it in right here behind him a little bit more. Bring out the back edge of that. There, too much. Working too hard on that. All right. I'm going to come around and put in just a little bit of water into here. Get going here. Just got to get the thing filled up. Time we got here. I got half hour. Oh, good. See, what don't you guys complain about? So I'm going to come back here and put in this water in here a little bit. And then we'll put in that way I can get some things in. This is phthalo green and oxide red on the red side, going in right here at the bottom with just a touch of white. I tell you, it looks really great, green on my palette. But as soon as I put it here, it looks just switched over to the red side. So I'm going to put that in here. Thinking about lily pads. Just going to see if I can create shapes where this is going to go. Knowing that this goes over here a little bit. You know, this shape here, and then the shape inside here. When I start digging into it, you know, into this boat thing area here. Really, it's seeing how it breaks apart here. They're kind of like these ovals. So this color basically is almost some of the shadow color in here. Also, it's not like there's another one more highlight color that goes in here that will make up do a lot of the final figuring in the shapes. It's actually lighter. If that was lighter. That would be right here. That'd be about right. It's a little off. Well, I'll have to lighten this color up one more time anyway. One more value. It looks like this is the bottom value we made up for it. And that looks about right. Let's see over here. This is on the green side over on this side of the boat. And this is the mid-tone. This is phthalo green again and oxide red, but this is on the green side. Right there. And these are at probably 4s. Okay. When I start to get into this point, this is where you start taking a little bit easier. Trying to do it simple strokes. I'm not going to use any oil because I want these things to kind of just blend a little bit. I'm going to be doing right here on the back edge. I'm using phthalo green and oxide red again, but on the green side, pretty much almost the light version of it. And when I put it in, I'm going to try and put it in with one stroke. Just by twisting my brush. Leave space. The next one I want to come in right underneath it. Not even a touch even, but just leave a space. Fix the bottom shape and then come back in and do one more. And then that's about it. That's a nice little area. I wanted to leave this little dark area alone. I want to do the vertical piece of it on the other side. And turn it into the boat. Okay. So right in here, we have a switch of direction in the water. You got this one going, water going horizontal here. I think it has to go vertical right in here. And then after that, it goes back to horizontal. Let's see, I got to switch colors. I got to go to when I get down in here, when I switch over, it goes to more of the red side of the color. I'm just seeing this in these rings here. So it goes just a touch more red. And then here, just going to be twist the brush. Just going to follow those rings right over here. That's right over here is where I was saying it lightens up a little bit more. The same thing, there's a couple really nice little marks down in here with shadow or water in between. Really, again, when you do these kind of areas, leave space in between these strokes. You know, get the dark down, and then when you put it in, just leave a little space in between strokes. No, make too many of the same exact size. See, I'm back here. This is my that. You almost could have started marking out areas as this is this oval area I was working on earlier, and at least I hit the mark. I just like just that little ripple, and that's about as far as I'll come back in and probably clean up the water a little bit more, put in some more, a little bit heavier paint here or there. I was thinking I would, but we'll see. So now I'm pretty much to my lights. He's switching over here. This is phthalo green and alizarin here going in, and I'm just gonna that's what I'd be putting in here. One of the things I go, let me see the phthalo green and alizarin really look like a blue. You know how that pale is? That goes pretty much almost all the way behind him. And if I was gonna dig out ears, this would be the color I would just come in and make that connection into the head. And just look for rings as I go back. Those are the shapes. The water here, got the lines. So a lot of times I'll paint pretty much most of it the same direction as I see it. I'm just going to work this color down here a little bit. Back in. Going to be a few lighter spots and coming in. It doesn't get too far down here, but mostly down in here. I'm gonna add just a little more red to that color. I need to get a little pinkier white for this farther back area. Back in here, a little bit more white into it. And pink, I mean, I say pink, I'm in the alizarin. It's almost, basically the same colors, just adding just more white and more alizarin to it to get this far back area back in here. This is still probably about a 2. Trying to stay away from going too bright. 2, see? 2. It must be a 2. Going too bright. I might have to, though. You don't see it till you get right here. This area right here needs to be a little brighter. But I'm going to keep it a little darker on the back so it doesn't go too much. So I'm just toning this out. And that is a block in. And even doing lines back in here, knowing that really it's just a dotted line we're making going across here. So the rings don't really, they are all the same, they all that distance, they go all the way across. So just breaking them up a little bit. Might be good to add a little darkness to the sides to keep everything in. Also, shoot, if I'm using this color too, I just, right above this where I was going to put the splash, I use that color in here and just push it up. I probably could have went a little bit darker than that. But this is cool. This is everything else behind it is a warm. So I'm putting a cool in the middle of this splash. That's alizarin and phthalo green, and going against a lot of phthalo green and oxide reds. So it's just switching the two over. I'm going to just put in the paddle real quick. I have the marking right here, so I know it goes right in here. So I'll start there. I'm going to add some orange to it. The top edge to it because it's wet, catching a lot of things, probably orange and yellow, probably dog colors in here. And then I'll come in with my knife and at least get the basic line from his hand to the paddle, point it in the right direction. So when I go up, I can just go right to it. Or you can bring out something like this, point it here and point it to his fist and remove it. You could do that. You definitely could do that. And in fact, that's probably what I would do. You get a nice straight line, and all you got to do is put the paint inside there. Okay, dog needs a ton of work. I just can't, I gotta be in front of it for that kind of stuff. So let's show you guys, let's, bring you guys in. And,
Hey, Jim, could you just do one lily pad?
good point, lily pads.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. I use a square brush for lily pad. Let me do a bigger one than this. Okay, colors. I take boat colors. We got a ton of boat colors left. Just take a piece of yellow and put it in there. We might have to add some red to it because it's just a little bit rich. A little Kelly green. Ooh, where did I get my white? Sorry, talking too much. Might add just a touch of red to it, or burnt sienna, or something else. Add that into it. Gray it out a little bit. Okay. Get. All right. Yeah. Let's say if we're gonna put one right into here, kind of like where it was supposed to go. I'm just gonna lay I'm using a square brush to make a round thing. Really, I'm just gonna push my brush down in the corner, leaning with the corner down, push it down, and just pull it and open it up a little bit, and then just close it back down. Make it oval. And then fix them up a little bit. That's all I do is just go around the area. Watercolor, yeah, the lily pads, and then the sections of them and stuff. Definitely, I wanted the paint inside here early because now I can put the paint on top, the orange, the green on top here, and use that color to keep them from getting too bright. Because I can always come back in and just hit the thing. So basically, yeah, I'm just really pushing down in a corner of the brush and releasing it, as I pull it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too hard. But I'll take all my greens, everything I have up here. Now I got left over my blue greens, my purple greens. And I'll just add just a little bit of yellow to them. And add probably just a touch of red too. And that'll be it. And instead of thinking as an oval, I think of them as a diamond turned to the side most. That's what really happens. But it's close enough if you release the pressure enough, you can get it to feel like an oval. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then you just come in here and do a bunch of them. You can get the right green, you're set. But you don't want to be perfect. You want to have a few different greens to play with. So that's why I was saying take all those mid-tones we made up of the blue greens, phthalo greens, oxide red, lizarins with it, and just add just a touch of yellow to the mixes. Make an extra pile if you want, so you don't want to lose it. But that's what's going to fit in here really well. And then when we have that paint, if you're painting when it's wet like this, definitely it's a lot easier to get these lily pads to sit underneath the water just a touch. But then you want a few, and that you want to pop up. That's just really just cleaner paint. That's when if you take just clean your brush and put them in, you're going to get them just a touch brighter as they come in. So, but good, thanks for asking. I mean, I wasn't trying to hold out. I just this is just how it goes. Just little dashes, trying to just give it enough pressure at the beginning of the stroke and releasing about the same amount, and you can make it really close to an oval. All right, there we go. I give away all my secrets are now gone. We got a nice block in. This is a great time to do a color check or a digital check. That's why I don't want to work too hard on the face, because I go, something's off. I don't want to put in too much work and not have it work. I mean, be right. So there you go. A lot of hair, a lot of things that got to go in yet. But it's a basic block, really good block in. It's going to be fun. Just trying to keep the shadows. This side could go. I'll have to step back from it too. So let's see what you guys all did. Look at everybody. We got tons of people here today. We got Cindy. I know Cindy painted. Cindy always paints. She's a good girl. Sits up in the front of the class and she paints. Good girl. All right. So we got Cindy. So turn on your mics. Here, I'll turn you. Okay. Turn on your mics and turn on your cameras and let's get going. Who's going first? Cindy jumps right up top there.
No.
Cindy, congrats. Sorry, Cindy, your name,
All right.
the C came up first. Oh, I knew this would be kind of like up your alley. Would be kind of something I think you'd like to paint, right?
I do. I like it. Yeah.
Okay, good job. I like the feeling you got there of the dog and the boy. That's really comforting. Almost you feel like you got almost. You don't have you do have his hand on the paddle behind his head, the dog's head, almost because you got him feeling really hunched together. Really nice, really good, really great start on that. Boat's pretty good. I would say you probably need to bring that little point, the point of the boat right under the dog's tail, that point down a little bit farther, because it's going off to the side a little bit too fast.
Are you? What? How am I gonna hold this?
Yeah.
Here, right?
Yeah. That point needs to come down just about just about an eighth of an inch, not an inch. I mean, not even a half inch, probably, just because it needs to come down to right where the kind of dark line reflection is.
Okay.
Bring that down to there and keep the other one right where it is and just straighten them out.
I'm not getting. How am I gonna hold this stupid thing? Let me think. I'm not getting down here. Those aren't working for me. Maybe they need to be blended more or something. Those strokes that you put in.
No, they don't need to be blended more. I like those. In fact,
Okay.
There's another value that's going to be you have to go into. That's going to go on top there and into those areas.
Okay.
And that's going to complicate it. So you do want to keep them kind of simple at the beginning, and then they're going to get, as you add smaller and smaller, they're going to be smaller and smaller details in the waves.
Okay.
That's where it's going to get busy and stuff. I think you're in a really great spot there. I don't mind that area at all. I think it's going to be bitten up really quickly with color, more strokes.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to be that value too much more in there. It might have to go lighter in a few spots, but not. I like try to keep those areas, that quiet area, a little bit clean and quiet.
Okay.
So yeah. Otherwise, I really love it. I think the kid feels great so far.
Your kid? Me?
My kid.
What's the kid's name anyway? We can't keep calling it the kid.
Owen.
Oh, I know it.
All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Carrie. Hey, Carrie's here. Carrie.
Long time no see. Yay.
Yay.
I'm back.
How you doing, Carrie?
Good.
Good to
I'm
see you.
good.
Let's see what. Oh man, damn you. Okay. Shit, the gauntlet's been thrown down. Holy crap, Carrie. That's fabulous. I love the lighting. I love the way you even warmed it up from the back edge. That's a nice.
I'm doing the thick edge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fabulous. Okay. My only little thing is just a little perspective thing is on the back edge of the boat by the dog.
Okay.
Right by that corner down below the dog. I think the corner, the other corner of the boat needs to go up.
Okay.
You know, the right where the white is, right into the white. You are, yeah. You need to go up about, yeah. You know.
Oh, I gotcha.
Okay, it's just that little perspective thing is off.
Okay.
Otherwise, I love the way you put in you started throwing in the strokes down below. The water strokes are, see, when you throw them in like you did, when you mean it, you know, really with some action, some energy, they feel really good. Now, I think you got the big strokes in. Now bring in the littler strokes, add a little at a time, because you don't want to lose the energy of the big strokes. You make them work with the big strokes.
Okay.
Because you got some big swatches down there, you know, really nice ones. You don't want to lose the energy of those. You want everything else to kind of play with that and work with that. So keep those guys dominant.
Okay.
Otherwise, man, that looks gorgeous. I love it. Really good job on the faces already too. Look at that. Your faces, that looks like Owen.
That looks like a
Yeah, that does. Congrats.
Yay.
That looks like him. When you brought it up there and got a little bit out of the glare, you can all of a sudden you see the eyeballs you were even put in. That's his brow. He has a big old brow now too.
He looks like a little bit of you.
Yeah. Thank you. The dog looks great too. Can't believe you got so much painted.
I like the older dog. It gives it more character.
It does. It really does.
So cute.
Okay. Great job though.
Well, thank you so much.
Wow.
Good feedback.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna go to since we're going to Carrie, we're gonna go to Kim and see what Kim did.
Okay.
Great job, Carrie.
Thank you.
I don't seem to have a boy in the boat. I have a
Man.
more man-like at this stage. Yes. Yes.
That's what happens. That's the difference is just it's in
Size of person, and yeah.
The one thing is also on this is just don't worry about it. I think it's you're making probably the head just a little small. That's probably why.
Right.
Compared to the body, usually with little kids and stuff, their heads are bigger than their body. Bigger parts, bigger than their head. So it becomes a man when it's proportional. You got a good proportion going there. So yeah, his head, just bring down the chin just a little bit more into the collar, and you'll probably get the right sizing. Great job on the boat, man. That boat looks fun. Good job. Good size on the boat. Again, yeah, you're good. You're good there on the boat. I think perspective wise, you're pretty good. I'm just thinking the back corner probably looks could go up a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's just a little shell, and that's just a hair. I hate to have you guys do things like that, because I know there's extra work, but sometimes those perspective things always just can bug the crap out of you.
No, it's critical with a boat.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll make you change it. Just add a little bit, bring the back end in a little bit on the very corner by your fingers.
This over here.
Yeah, that corner, just push it back into the painting a hair.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I love the way you're putting in the water. Look at that water. Nice, simple strokes. And that's the thing, is just putting them in with arcs and simple strokes, and don't overcomplicate it. You overcomplicate it, it becomes a mess. So what you're doing there and the way you're attacking it is going in very nicely. Okay, everything has its little place in there, shape wise, and it just you're getting right there. That's beautiful. I mean, the backgrounds, but your values are good. I'm glad you guys so far. All your guys' values have been very good.
Mhm.
I'd say probably watch the white in the boat. They'll probably at the end for you. You might look at that, but it
Yep.
might be. But you're getting close to worrying about that. But it's before it's too wet, too dry. Do it. Tone it down a little bit more. But otherwise, it's great.
Good. Thank you.
Good start. Really great start. Okay, Lindsay.
Hello,
Hey, Lindsay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Oh, look at that. Okay. You are so far away, I can barely see it. There you go. Okay, now we're coming in. Okay. All right. Good. Good job on the water again. Good. You're attacking it, and that's the right way. You know, do it fast. Do it. Get them in there big strokes, and then come back in and uh, you know delicately put in the details into the waves and water and stuff like you are. Good job on that. The boat's in good shape. The back end, they look a little bit big in the boat,
They do.
but
I can do it a little longer.
yeah, it could go a little longer, and then but that's about it. I like it. I like it a lot. He feels like he's almost petting him since you didn't put the oar in, which is really cool. That would be neat too. Color wise, value wise, values are working out pretty nicely. You're probably going to go to a little bit lighter in the back yet, but not too much more. I mean, I think that line of um, of in the wave right underneath the boat tip, that value is really good for the rest of the lightening up the water in the areas in the back. We wouldn't even have. That's about as dark bright as I'd go. And in the boat, yeah, you probably got a little bit too bright. Be right by the dog, so you probably darkening that back section a little bit. And then of course start to work on the features of the dog and the animal, the boy, the animal. He's a real animal. But otherwise, it's really great. I mean, it's a fabulous block-in for an hour.
Thank you.
Congrats. Okay, Margaret.
Mhm.
Margaret,
I'm here.
what'd you
I'm
do?
here.
This better be
Okay.
fabulous.
No, 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 no. I have a lot to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, look at that.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a little beauty going on there, Margaret.
Well, the dog is so difficult. I'm struggling, but I'll go back on that. And then I still have a lot to do. I couldn't keep up with the water
Oh,
behind the boat. And I gotta put the oars in, obviously. I had a lot to do. But anyway,
yeah.
it came out better than I thought it was, because I really thought, oh no, a boy and a dog.
I know. Just we're halfway through the session, so we got to get you a hard one to make you feel this is it. You can do this. The way you put in the water and stuff. This is that's the way to put it in, though. You put it in simply, quickly, and don't struggle with it. The more you take your time and try to do it exact, it seems like the more work it is. It doesn't feel as fresh. The more
Okay.
you just throw it in there like you did and just twist your brush, that's really gives the idea of water so much better than
Okay.
overworking it, make it too realistic. If you're not going to do super realistic, don't do it like that. Okay, the boat itself really pretty good. I would think the one side needs to be a little darker yet. Yeah, the lights in the boat you haven't painted yet. Watch. Don't let those guys jump too much. The
Okay.
dog's not bad. The dog's pretty good. she is far away, so you don't have to be so exact. You can do, there is going to be some fuzziness to her. And so a lot of times when you got this so drawn out like that, take a bristle brush and just hit your lines, just touch your lines and soften them. So you give it a little bit of blur to it. So the person, when they do go in there and look at there, they can see that you weren't meaning for this dog to be, being able to see every eyeball and glinces and stuff, that this is what you wanted. So I would say it would be better that way than because when you get that tight, then you have to tighten up everything. Right. The boy looks great, really good. You did a really good job on him. Just a little more shadow in there in the skin a little bit, and things, and then the oars and the hands, the oars, that kind of stuff. But we got all the colors. That's the thing. Everything's right there now. Just filling it in, putting it in like you mean it too.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
Really fabulous job.
A good class.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries. Mindy.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing, girl?
Good, thanks. So.
Oh, good. Way to block it in. Way to get it going. All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can see it right there. I got it. You have some nice energy going. I love the way you paint. I love the way you got this energy, this swoops in the water. Just really, that creates so much, energy in that painting. I love it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's always going back in and just working out how far you got to take the faces and get them in there. You see that you want them to fit with the painting. You don't want, be able to see eyeballs and noses and things like that, teeth. You just want to be able to see. You want to just know what they are.
Okay.
And that's really great. I love the way that's going in.
Oh, thanks.
Good, strong stuff.
Okay.
Colors look good too. Of course, start to brighten up some of the things and watch you haven't painted the white in the boat yet. So keep that in control with the rest of the painting.
Okay.
So it doesn't jump. We don't want it to jump too much.
Right.
It's looking good though. Wow.
Oh, thanks.
Love it.
Thanks.
Finish it up, post it, let's see it.
All right.
Okay, Sarah, and then we have Kathleen coming in. Oh, that has a nice feel to it. Really good. Okay, yeah, the back end of the boat's way off, but the basic guts, the feel of that and the color, that you can tell that this could be really nice. This can be really, really nice. Okay, back end of the boat. Back by the tail, by the dog's back end and stuff, that needs to come down just a hair more, or back edge out, back out a little bit more. It's just it's cut off too much. So the perspective on the bottom edge needs to come down towards the bottom of the painting a little bit. Okay. Can you see that? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's just a hair too short. So yeah, bring that down. You might have to open up a little bit on the side of the boat, but color's fabulous. Really nice job there. I love this. The simplicity of the shadow underneath there is really good too. That's feeling nice. It's really nice and quiet. And then you got the chaos around the area coming in. That's really great. Let's see, the dog. That looks like a dog so far. I mean, the perspectives and everything, and the boy, really good. I think you got something there if you finish it off. I think you got, I'll give you another hour. Finish it off. She's just shaking her head like there. She must be on mute. She's going, "You're crazy." I know. I am crazy. Good. I like everything about it. I think just keep going. You got your colors look good where they are. So they're going in the right places. Nothing looks really, jumps out at me. So the colors in the dogs, the drawing, Just fix that back end. I'm probably looking at mine. Mine's looks probably the exact same way, doesn't it? Yeah, I know it does. Okay. Congrats. Finish it up. That's gonna be a beauty.
Thank you.
Good. All right, Kathleen. There she comes. You better have done really good on this for someone who begged
Oh,
to come
since
into
you-
class.
Since
You
you'll
better
ever
have-
come. Let me turn the light off. It needs a lot, but oh, shoot. I don't know what I did.
I've been there so many times. Who do we have here? She quit on us. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi. I got it. I got Kathleen accidentally hit the wrong button. I know what she did. I do that all the time. I don't know if she'll be back. It looked really good when I could see it past her finger. You know, I think it's just Saturday mornings is a little early for her. But the rest of you guys, fun group, guys. You guys did really, really well. You know, yeah, when you start to put in, you saw why I kept these areas kind of loose and didn't put a whole lot in there because I knew that we still have all those lilies to put on top in there. There's no reason to put a lot more detail in those areas because it's just going to get too detailed, and then you're going to miss this point and stuff. Fabulous work. Oh, Kathleen's back.
I'm back.
She's back. I was filling in for you, Kathleen. I was going, okay, I'll play Kathleen. Okay. No, I didn't do it. Okay, here she comes.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've lost your image again.
Oh, Kathleen, yeah, you're not coming in. You're not coming up.
Yeah,
I'm hitting you.
I don't know what's wrong today.
It does that stuff sometimes. So
Oh, wait. Got you back,
yeah,
but I got to switch the camera and I can't find it.
okay. No, we're not getting you.
I know. Well, I can send you a picture.
Well, we're all gonna post it on Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see it all there. And what I saw, you know, color wise and things look what I could see past your thumb. Look, you know, it was a little fuzzy, but you know, everybody else has their colors right. I'm sure you do too.
Oh, wait. Got it.
You got it?
I think.
Oh,
Yeah, there.
Look. No, you don't.
You're not seeing it?
You're not coming up. You're not. I keep hitting your book, kid. I can't get you to come up.
Oh.
Did you use
It
a
shows
dig?
on mine. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Okay, well,
Where are you? Yeah, you're not showing up at all.
sorry, I
You're
don't want
dark.
to take up all your time.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know what I'm doing wrong today.
Well, just take a good photo of it and post it and everything. We'll get, you know, keep going, Kathleen, until you got it blocked in. You feel good
Okay.
about it.
What?
And
Well,
then
thanks for letting me
then
hang
we'll talk.
out.
Oh yeah. No problem. You're not a problem.
Well, thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks for painting my boy. And my dog. That was our first dog.
Yeah, thanks for picking it. It was great. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. So you know, if you don't do good, you're gonna hear from me.
Good.
So
We need comments for sure.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Thank
Finish
you.
them up and put them on Facebook. We'll do them. We'll get those comments in there for you. And next week is palette knife week, so it won't be super hard anything. I mean, because it's going to be palette knife, and so I'll try to take it easier on you than this one. I have my fingers crossed. I go, okay. No guarantees.
Right.
All right. Well, we'll have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Weekend.
Thanks for a great class.
Thank you.
All right.
A lot of fun. Thank you.
See you
All right.
later.
Finish it up. Knock them out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
didn't do it.